Are you serious? Are you serious? Over at the Crusader Journal, we have breaking news from last night. 4 people are dead in a Chicago hospital shooting, including the gunman. The situation now a little bit more clear. The gunman opened fire inside the Chicago hospital last night, killing a police officer and 2 hospital employees. The suspect is dead as he took his own life. And according to the Associated Press, what began as a domestic dispute quickly exploded into a shootout with law enforcement officers inside the medical center. It is still unclear if the gunman took his own life, but I do have now reports that yes, he did take his own life. He was not killed by the law enforcement, the law officer that he engaged. Chicago lost a doctor, also a pharmaceutical assistant, and a police officer, all shot dead and killed by the gunman before he took his own life. According to Mayor Rahm Emanuel, there's just tears at the soul of our city. It is the face and consequence of evil. And according to the police officials, the gunman and a woman he was in a domestic relationship with got into an argument in the hospital's parking lot before the shooting began. A friend of the woman attempted to intervene. However, the offender lifted up his shirt and displayed a handgun, according to Chicago Police Superintendent Eddie Johnson. The woman's friend quickly ran into the hospital seeking help, but seconds later the gunfire erupted, with the shooter killing the woman he was arguing with. Johnson described her as a hospital employee. She was the pharmaceutical assistant. After the woman fell to the ground, the gunman stood over her and shot her 3 more times. A witness named James Gray told Reuters. Once the police officers arrived on the scene, the suspect, the gunman, opened fire on their vehicle, then ran inside the hospital as law enforcement officers were giving chase. Inside the hospital, the shooter exchanged gunfire with police officers and shot a poor woman who just came off the elevator before he was killed. We just don't know how much damage he was prepared to do, but obviously he killed the pharmaceutical assistant. He came into the hospital shooting, killed the doctor, killed a police officer, wounded another woman in the elevator before taking his own life. So it's a very serious situation there. Chicago, Illinois, and a domestic situation gone completely violent there in Chicago. So our hearts and prayers go out to the city of Chicago because they've been dealing with so much violence. And also for the families of the victims. Certainly this is a tragic, tragic night last night in Chicago. Our prayers go out to all the folks there. Give your life to Jesus Christ. We're truly living in the end times, and you want to get things right with God before it's too late, really, before it's too late.